Hi, I am Antonio Pantano. Welcome to my new YouTube channel, The Fit Side of the Moon. Alright, for this very first video I want to focus on something that's from my point of view the most important thing during your workout session: stretching. Okay? Why we are talking about this? Because stretching is also one of the reasons why we do go to the gym to get and become stronger, but also flexible and have a better mobility. Right? There's different ways of stretching, of course, but today I want to focus on a specific type, which is with the PowerBand. Okay? And I found with my experience and with my clients really effective, especially for people that are very tight and they cannot work too much on the stretching exercise because perhaps they are too stiff to go through, and then in order to try to work on that, they perhaps get a bad posture, and then instead of having benefit they have the contrary effects. So the PowerBand helps you in this way, but in order to be effective we need to use the PowerBand in the right way, right? Okay, this is the PowerBand I'm using. You can find this PowerBand around the gyms, but if you don't have it, you can always buy one. I'll put a link on the description down below where you can see a good one, which is the PowerBand that we use most of all for chin-up and pull-ups. That's the one that you need, because it's very strong and safe, and you feel a lot of this resistance pulling. Alright, if you use the thin one, which is half of this side, it's not the same. It's not working for the stretching that we are going to do. So please take at least this one. If it's bigger, that's also okay, if it's larger, but never shorter than this, okay? Alright, so what I'm doing, what I like to do is putting the PowerBand here, in this way, if I can manage. I'm not going to hang myself up, of course. So it's very important, guys, after you use it, just remove it, because people do strange things. They can kill themselves. Alright, so what I'm doing is starting with the chest, grabbing the PowerBand like this, and aiming the palm of my hand facing the roof, because in this way I get full extension on my chest. I feel working the main chest a lot. Of course I do always the other side. When I'm demonstrating, how often with clients, I often demonstrate one side, and because of this I feel a lot stiffer here. So it's for you it's going to be the same. You can probably feel one side more than the other. Alright, so when you stretch, what you need to do, don't jump on it and pulling with all your strength and all the body weight you have. No, you gently approach on that. You keep your stomach tight and focus on the respiration, okay? That's it. Never go and no, that's not working at all. It's nothing, it's useless. Okay, that's for the chest. You see, the palm of my hand in this way. Right. Then I'm going to stretch this thoracic area here, and from my point of view it's the most important stretching that you can do in the upper body. Why? Because our daily life, it puts us in this disadvantage situation against the gravity, with a lot of muscle imbalances, a lot of postural issues. For instance, office job, sitting on the car, working, so we use a lot this muscle in front, and we get this problem with the rounded shoulder. But what is one of the best stretching that you can do is with this rubber band. And what I like to do is doing like this. I stay also in profile, you can see that. Right, as you can see, I'm doing actually the opposite of my position. I'm doing the opposite. You probably know there is one exercise that does this thing, which is the pullover, right? But with the stretching, what I'm doing is going even more. And with this stretching, by the way, you can even increase the range of motion of the pullover exercise, because I see a lot of people doing the pullover. After they reach this level here, they start to get too stiff and they start to round too much the lower back, and then it's not working anymore. But with this stretching, actually what you do, you're getting more full range of motion, you see? Because I get more flexible in the serratus area here, and from this one I can go more specifically on the triceps, right? So 1 and 2. I'm still stretching my arms, my biceps with this one, So starting with remember the chest position, I can slowly turn my arm and then I start to feel my biceps, but I do also feel my shoulder. And that's a great one. And I do also feel my forearm now. Again, I'm not pulling too much, just staying a little bit, you feel already, trust me. And then we stretch on the lat here, okay? So I like to grab the power band like this. So what I'm doing now is pulling like this, but you see I'm not using my strength here. I just let the stretching doing the job. And again, this is a great stretching for the lat muscle. I like also to work around this and adding some extra. I mean, this is a little bit, you should not doing that if you have back issue, because I'm going to flex my spine a lot. I feel a lot better when I do also like this. So if you guys are okay with your back, you don't have any back issues, you can feel a lot more all the way down in this way. And speaking about this stretching specifically for the lats, it's very important because in this way you can have that extra strength. Because imagine your muscle is basically working the same way of this rubber band, this power band. So if I'm going to do chin up afterwards, I feel like my muscle are working full range of motion because I loosen up a little bit. I let it get all this tightness all around go away. So when I go back and doing my chin up or doing my lat pull down, I feel I can go a lot better in full range of motion. So that's why it's important to stretch between each set, or at least every few sets. But that's okay for the lat muscle. Okay, then for the shoulder, two different types of stretching, even three types of stretching. But first of all, I like to stretch the front of the deltoids like this. And here again, keeping my core muscle tight. Of course, I can go one step forward if I like. This one is very strong, especially for people with tight shoulder. They feel a lot. So that's for the front, you don't need to stay a lot on this one. And for the back, you can also put the power band a little bit down if you have a place to put that. And you stretch it like this. I say always to my clients, hug the tree, because it's like you have a big tree in front of you. You hug your arms the more you can. And again, you're not pulling the band, but you stay like this. And you feel a lot between the shoulder blades and the back of your deltoids. And of course, I can feel more the back of my deltoids if I'm going like this. And I feel that a lot. Back of my deltoids and below my shoulder blades. So you see, all these things for stretching just on the upper body, right? Then of course, with the power band, we can also stretch the legs. I'm going to demonstrate to stretch just the hamstring and the quad. So you can get the basic about that. Of course, you can also stretch between the groin and a lot of place around. But I like just to show just the basic for now. So to stretch the hamstring, you can either take the power band in this way, and then you put the power band like this, right? That's one way. Or you can also have the power band here. Up to you. Don't pull too much to lower, just have it between the middle of your legs, of the feet, and almost on top, and pull in like this. That one feels very good. You feel a lot on the hamstring, you feel a lot in this area here, before the calf. I do also feel my foot. To be honest, I always keep my stomach tight, always keep the stomach tight, no matter where we stretch, right? Stomach tight all the time. But you can also stretch in front with this one. In this case, I put the power band in this way and I do like this. Again, I can work like I'm doing a repetition, you see? Or I can just stay and pulling a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. This is a great stretching. A lot of people, unfortunately, are very stiff. They cannot stretch too much, they cannot pull the legs and doing like this. With that one, they give the extra energy to stretch. And in this case, of course, you need your strength when you do the stretching. Okay, that's more than enough. I Total body stretching routine with a power band is a good starting point. Of course, if you're going to try this by your own, please focus on the respiration. You're not lifting weight, you're doing something that feels good for your muscle. So respiration plays a very important role in this routine. So feel free to try, don't exaggerate, and get into it slowly, so you build your confidence with a power band. Don't start straight on and pull the power band, exaggerating with strength and the posture. Feel free to discover your limits of your body, your tightness, because perhaps for me some stretching exercise that looks easy, but when you try by your own, since perhaps you're stiff somewhere, it can be very hard. So please pay attention and be careful, because safety comes always first, alright? And you do stretching for a benefit, and we don't want that you get injured, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, please click the subscribe button down below and leave a thumbs up so I understand that you like this video or not. And I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe, enjoy your workout.